Alright, to start off this video, look at what was born over the weekend. I have 6 pretty little babies. Say hi! Y'all just woke up, getting ready to change their little puppy pad that I have in there right now. They are already sold. They find their new home later today. I wanted to keep all of them, and my husband actually said I could, but we don't have a place for little baby chicks right now, because right now it's on my counter in a crown box. But let me tell you, this is genius. They came a day early. I was not prepared because I procrastinated, and I was kind of wondering if I was even going to have any hatch or not. So it's on a towel, and then I have a heating pad in my son's empty craft box, and then this is actually the mesh from the incubator. But they are super happy, and it's actually I had a shirt over it when they were first born to keep out the chill. And it worked perfectly. It kept it a nice warm temperature like they were in a dry incubator. So it was great. It worked perfect. So when there's a will, there's a way. And there was a way. And this worked out great for it being such a short time. So I'm pretty proud of my little brooder invention. And I didn't have to use a heat lamp, which I really didn't want to have to use. But enough about all that. Let's talk about what we are making today, which is pastry crust. Because I Goodwilled on Saturday, the first Saturday of the month around here. It's everything's half off at Goodwill, and I got the most beautiful tart dish that I've wanted one for a while. So I have one now, and so now we're making a tart quiche. Essentially, to me, they're about the same thing, but I have a ton of eggs, and so that's what we're doing today, is making a crust, and then I will also bring you along when I make the quiche. So, in my bowl, I just put in 2½ cups of all-purpose flour, and to this we are adding a tablespoon of sugar, and I'll show you how I do my crust. Makes it a little bit easier, at least to me. So a tablespoon of sugar, and then a teaspoon of salt, and we're gonna eyeball it because I can't find my teaspoon. That's about right. Okay, so we're gonna stir this up, and you're gonna need a whisk, and then a spatula of some sort, and of course I can't find my rubber spatula. Okay, so mix together these ingredients, and then you're going to need 2 sticks of butter, or a cup of butter, and then you want it super cold. I put mine in the freezer while I'm getting everything else prepared so that they are super cold. And then what I like to do is actually grate them into my stuff. You can cut them into cubes and use a pastry cutter or a fork or your fingers, but I'm having to step away so often when doing recipes that I try not to use my my hands for things if I can help it, because it just gets really messy. So, not that I don't enjoy it, it's not that practical to do when I'm having to mess with the baby so often. So, you just grate or cut, or however you're going to do it, the cold, extra cold butter into your flour mixture. So I will bring you back when I'm done shredding the butter. Okay, so all of our butter is in here, so you want to coat the butter with the flour mixture first. That way it doesn't stick together. Like so. And then just go ahead and kind of mix it in. Now, since we've already shaved ours, it's super easy to get it into the little pea-sized butter pieces like you want whenever you're making a pastry dough. Because that's what you would be trying to accomplish with a pastry cutter, is making your cubes into little pea-sized pieces. And voila. So this is ready for the last ingredient, which is ice cold water. So you can use anywhere from a half a cup to 3/4 cup. Start off with your half a cup and pour it in. And again, make sure it's cold. And then we're just going to work our dough until it looks like it's all wet. Okay, so now that this is mixed, you want to take it with your hands. Well, have some saran wrap or something ready for you. And then you want to form a small dough ball with your hands. And it is, make sure everything gets picked up with it. You're not kneading the dough. You're just getting it all together. You can only do so much with a spatula. And it's messy. Dough is messy. I tell you, no matter how neat you try to be, it's not gonna happen. Yes, you can take my whisk. I'm glad you find use for it. Okay. Alright, I think it's all done. So now we have a small dough ball. Take it in half. And then, so we have one. Put it on your saran wrap. Okay. Put it on your saran wrap like so. Kind of form a disc with it. And my sleeve's getting in the way. And you're going to cover your dough ball with your wrap. And then it's going to go in the fridge for at least 2 hours to chill. Now these will stay good. You can freeze them and they'll stay good for a couple months. Or you can keep them in the fridge and they'll stay good for a week. I will be putting mine in the fridge because I'm planning on using both of these after they chill. So they will definitely get used. I like to do this that way. I'm not doing the work for just one dinner. I'm doing it for multiple. So I took the time to make my own dough, and now I have 2 meals out of it. So I hope that you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned because I will be using these to make my quiche tart, whatever I decide to call it. But it's going to have mushrooms and spinach and Swiss cheese and maybe even some bacon. So if that doesn't get your stomach a-rumbling and ready for some quiche, I don't know what will. So until next time, guys, thanks for watching.